And I hope you're doing all well today. We are going to start a brand new tool called the Magic Wand tool, which is the fourth tool from the top of the toolbar. Now, pardon me, but I actually have another icon selected here, but there's a Magic Wand tool, and that's the icon that you should be looking for. The image here is that of a Lego set, which you can find in your EP13 folder in your exercise files. And what I like to do is point out the option bar on the top. And as you can see, there are lots to look at. First of all, you should have the new selection icon selected. And we'll be looking at the other icons, the add selection as well as the subtract from selection. We're going to also look at the point sample size, okay? And here you see many different options here we'll go into. Now, tolerance is an important property of the Magic Wand tool, and we're going to focus on this blue Lego piece down here. And a lot of people, they would use another selection tool, like say for instance the lasso tool. And by using the lasso tool, as you can see, I'm not doing too great here. I'm trying to select around the blue piece, and my selection isn't very accurate. Once I have made the selection, I will go ahead and press Command C for those of us who are using Mac, Control C for a PC, and then I will press Control N or Command N, depending whether you're using a Mac or PC. And once you go to the preset page, you press Create, and now you'll be taken to this small window. You'll paste the object, and look at that. Doesn't look too great. Legos are straight objects for the most part, and you've got a curved side over there. Not good. So we'll return back to the original image, and you'll see that the marching ants are still marching in that blue piece. So we will go ahead and select Command D if you're using a Mac, Control D if you're using a Windows. And this time we're going to go to the Magic Wand tool. Start again. So as you can see, we have a tolerance of 40. So what is that number, tolerance? Well, by definition, according to adobe.com, tolerance pretty much determines the sensitivity of the pixels selected. It ranges from a value of 0 to 255. The lower values will select very few colors, whereas the higher values will select more of the area. And let's go ahead and demonstrate that right now. So say for instance we decide to change this to a 4. Well, how much will 4 select? And let's go down to the blue area and look at that. Okay, so we got, you see the marching ants over there, and we will deselect it. Now let's go ahead and increase this to say, well, let's go to 40. All right, as you can see, it'll actually select more of the area. Deselect it. Now this time we're going to go up to 200. And let's see how much of that is selected. There it is. As you can see, it kind of selects everything but the blue. In other words, it's a larger area, but it didn't quite select what I wanted. Oh, but then again, you'll notice that you've got marching ants all around. You see? So it pretty much selected everything. It actually selected all of this blue, and these marching ants surrounding the pieces are not selected. Pretty interesting. Okay, so obviously 200 is not the tolerance we want. So we'll go ahead and unselect the marching ants, put it back to 40, and let's see what happens. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use the Magic Wand tool to select the side of the blue piece here. And as you can see, I've selected the entire side there. Now only a portion of the piece is selected, and I need to select other portions, but if I click on the other portions, you'll notice that much of my piece that have been selected before, now the marching ants disappear. So I have to click on the additive icon on the top. With that selected, now I can go ahead and expand upon the selection, as you can see what's happening here, and I'll keep on selecting until the entire piece is selected. And you'll notice that right here you've got circles, marching ants there. That means that part is not selected. So I can go ahead and keep working, and let's see what it looks like with just what I've done. As you can see, exactly as I said, that circle that I pointed at before was not selected. So we got to do a little bit more than what we have done so far. So now, again, with the additive icon still selected, I just keep selecting until the marching ants are only surrounding the piece. And I think I've got it. As you can see, the marching ants are surrounding the piece. Doesn't look like there's much on the inside. I'm just kind of checking, and what we can do right now is kind of see exactly what it looks like. Okay, there it is right there. As you can see, a lot of it has been selected. And as you can see, I've actually pasted. There are two layers, and one is on top of the other. But the top layer was the most recent work we just did. Alright, that pretty much concludes the tolerance discussion. So next we'll talk about the point sample on the next video.